Hello and welcome to Shell Point Today for Monday, December 28th. I'm Rich Nation. On today's show, we're counting down to the new year as we take a look back at some of the top stories of 2015. Jeff Cory of the Legacy Foundation will talk to us about the tax resources available for you here at Shell Point, and Bev Chandley will give us an up-close look at the Tai Chi Cha classes that will begin in the new year. Also on the show, we'll update you with today's happenings and church connections. But first, with a few reminders of things to come, here's Mary Kay Grimaldi.
The end of the year is here, and it's time to celebrate. On Thursday, you can enjoy a lunch and narrated boat tour. Snook Haven is an amazing lunch destination under live oak trees where you will enjoy reasonably priced menu selections. Following lunch, all aboard for a 1-hour boat tour of the Myakka River. You'll learn of the area's varied history and view some of Florida's best natural attractions, including wildlife such as alligators, herons, turtles, osprey, egrets, and more. You might even spot an eagle. The cost of the adventure is $25 with lunch on your own. Departures from the island begin at 9 a.m., so make sure that you've signed up. On New Year's Eve will be an exciting opportunity to celebrate right here at Shell Point with 2 great dining options, complete with live entertainment. At the Crystal Dining Room, start your celebrations with live smooth jazz music provided by Charlie Sherrill during dinner service from 4 till 7 p.m. On New Year's Day, enjoy a lunch buffet featuring typical good luck foods such as roast pork, sauerkraut, greens, and black-eyed peas. On New Year's Day, for dinner, enjoy the Friday night seafood buffet. The Palm Grill in the Woodlands Commons will be open for lunch and dinner on Thursday with a special New Year's Eve dinner menu and live music from 5 till 8 p.m. with Daniel Klimovsky. New Year's Day dining will be available during regular lunch and dinner hours.
Well, the end of the year is finally here, and you know what that means. Yes, tax season is soon approaching. But don't worry, it doesn't have to be the stressful, dreaded, confusing, and time-consuming headache that you may fear. Not when you have Shell Point's Legacy Foundation to help. They are your tax resource center. Here's Jeff Cory to talk about year-end tax planning with CPA Michelle Hoover.
Hi, I'm Jeff Cory from the Legacy Foundation here at Shell Point, and we're going to talk about year-end tax planning with Michelle Hoover. Michelle's with Alexander and Hoover and Associates, CPA firm here in town. And Michelle, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So the first question, I guess, would be, is there anything new income tax-wise for 2015 our residents need to be prepared for?
Yeah, and it's not so much what's new for 15, it's what has expired in 2014. So there were some tax changes, some credits and things that expired at the end of 14.
So is there IRA tax planning? Is there anything in particular that you mentioned to your clients about things that they should look at here in the final few days of 2015 in your IRA?
Right now, you need to make sure that you're taking your required minimum distributions. Most of the financial advisors will calculate that, but I have a lot of residents that have me calculate it. So if you're not sure, talk to your financial advisor to make sure that's done by December 31st.
Good advice.
So you don't get penalized.
When is a good time to contact your CPA, or if you're a resident, you've moved here recently, looking for a CPA, when's a good time to contact someone to say?
It would be if you're looking at switching CPAs or just moved into the area and want a local CPA, contact them now. So this way you get to meet with them versus waiting until the tax time hits and there's not as much time or availability.
Right.
And they get to meet you, you can spend a little more time with them than you can during tax season.
Right.
As far as when do you when you contact your CPA for next year, for 2015 taxes, as soon as and when January hits. It's never too early to make an appointment.
Right. Terrific. Well, thank you for joining us today, Michelle. This is, last few weeks here can still do some tax planning and save some money, do some good things charitably or with family. Michelle's been here at Shell Point for a number of years now and has lots of resident clients, so we appreciate all you do for our Shell Point family. And if you'd like to visit with Michelle, or if you're looking for someone to help you with your taxes this year, please contact the Legacy Foundation office. We'll put you in touch with Michelle. So
Great.
thank you for being with us today.
This next story is about an activity that you can get involved in that is really interesting by name. It's called Tai Chi Cha, and if that sounds like something from the Far East, it's because it does get its roots from Tai Chi, a Chinese martial art practice. Tai Chi Cha was actually developed here in the U.S. in the late 70s, and it involves a series of 19 movements. We'll let Bev Chandley tell you more about it, as well as show you some of the movements of this class that begins on January 5th.
From our rest position today, we're going to start with around the platter to your left. 3 repetitions.
I like Tai Chi Cha because it gives me space and the quietness to be in touch with my breath and to relax and enjoy the moment. Otherwise, I'm out there running here and there. So this is a good, I don't want to call it exercise, but time to be with yourself to enhance your blood pressure and everything going on. It's a good relaxation, that's why.
Now we'll do bass drum to your right. Our next movement is push-pull to your left. And one more. And back to rest. This is always a resident favorite. And push-pull to your right. Relax.
Well, for me, Tai Chi Cha is very relaxing. It's not really an exercise, it's a relaxation that when I'm done, I've forgotten all my problems.
And I love it because we can do it anywhere.
We'll hold this for
We've
about
done
15
it in the Redwood Forest, we've done it on Mackinac Island, we do it on the beach, and it's just a way to move your body that makes your body feel better and makes your heart feel better too.
And now we're going to do passing clouds.
Hi, we are here today to talk about Tai Chi Cha, and it just happens that we at Shell Point have the only accredited Tai Chi Cha instructor in Southwest Florida. It's our own Bev.
That's me.
And Bev, tell me about Tai Chi Cha. What is this wonderful thing, and what are some of the benefits?
Well, Tai Chi Cha is something I kind of accidentally ran into when I was planning a summer program for the church I attend, and they asked me to look for new and alternative ways that you can present to our congregation on connecting your mind, body, and spirit. And it just so happened at that time we had a gentleman living in the area that had just become accredited, and so he agreed to do just a free 1-hour seminar. So of course I needed to attend it, and the minute I attended that seminar, I was hooked and I knew I was going to be doing this. I didn't know at that time I'd be teaching it, but I'm sure glad I did. He's since moved on, but I'm still here.
Well, tell us a little about it. What are the benefits of Tai Chi Cha?
Well, Tai Chi Cha is basically a practice. It's not an exercise, it's not a dance. It's a practice that involves 19 movements and one pose. And it was designed by Justin Stone back in 1974. This is not an ancient Chinese practice. Regular Tai Chi is. And regular Tai Chi has 108 movements that need to be done
Now,
in order.
I was over in Taiwan and China years ago, and I saw people every morning getting up and doing this, and it looked very complicated.
Yes, this is not complicated. They've simplified it, made it easier, and yet they find that the benefits are even more enhanced with the shorter Tai Chi Cha practice than with the long and more strenuous Tai Chi Chuan practice.
And it seems like that would stress you out and that's kind of not the point, is it?
No, it's not the
All right.
point
This
at
is
all.
an anti-stress thing.
Anti-stress.
Okay.
And in Tai Chi Cha, one of the other beautiful things is there's 20 movements, but if you only remember a couple of them, repeating those over again,
That works too,
it
huh?
works too. You get the
Okay.
same benefit.
All right, well, show me one of these things.
Okay.
Okay, I'm a newbie. I don't know anything
Okay,
about this.
he's never done this
All
before.
right.
I like to, every movement begins and ends with the rest position.
Rest position.
Rest position.
I like that one.
You know, before we do the rest position, the only equipment I like to recommend that people have are flat shoes or these wonderful socks. Most of us...
I recognize
Yeah,
those.
I think most people around here have a pair of these hospital socks somewhere,
Yeah.
and they're perfect for the practice. You can wear a skirt, you can wear pants, you can wear shorts, you can wear a bathing suit. Anything you want that's
works.
comfortable,
Universal
except for high
footwear.
shoes. Yep, gotta have
Okay.
flat feet.
All right,
So-
show me this move. Show me this
Okay.
thing. Oh, rest position.
Relax.
Rest position.
Okay, the rest position, you start, your ankles are slightly together,
Okay.
sort of flared out, depending on your comfort level. Some
Okay.
people like them wider, some people like them close.
All right.
And then your hands are resting with your wrist relaxed, down about just below your hip level, off to the side
Like this.
somewhat. Every movement begins and ends in this
Okay.
position.
I feel very rested already.
So I usually take a couple of breaths and move my shoulders around a little.
Okay.
And then every time we do a movement, if it's a two-part movement, we start to our left. So I'm
Okay.
going to show you how to do that. You shift your weight to your right. Put your left foot forward with your heel down.
All right, heel down.
Heel down.
Here we go.
No weight on it yet.
All
All
right.
your weight's on this leg. And as you move forward, it's just like you're walking. You shift your weight forward evenly
Okay.
until you feel the shift.
Yep.
Then you go back.
And you go back.
And you go back. And we go
All right.
forward. And we go back.
Even I can do this.
But this tones your muscles. It uses your muscles. It circulates your energy.
Okay.
And it helps you relax. Okay, let's bring that foot back. Now every movement also involves hand movements.
Okay.
And this particular one, don't move your feet. We'll just go around. Take both hands about this far apart. Relax.
Okay, relax.
Relax. And
Relax.
we're going to do around the platter, which is an imaginary circular movement. It's like you're tracing a plate or a platter.
Oh, okay.
Relaxed hands. We're going clockwise. Okay, we'll go around one more time. This is just your hands. Nice and soft. Softness and continuity are really important. All right, and now we're going to bring our hands back down to rest.
Okay.
And we're going to put our feet and hands together, Dan. Are you
Okay,
ready?
feet and hands
Think you
together.
can do it? We'll find out. Okay, we're going to bring our hands up to where we're going to have our platter.
Yep.
We shift our weight to the right. We bring our left heel down. And as we move forward and shift our weight, we start our circle.
Okay.
So that half of our circle ends when our weight is shifted.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's
All right.
move and see how you do.
Okay.
Ready? Just keep your back straight. All right, and now you feel your weight shift. We bring ourselves back. It's like a gliding motion.
Yeah.
Excellent. I think Dan should take the class
Well,
next time.
okay, now there's 20 moves, and I've just
Okay.
learned one. That means I already know 5%.
That's true.
Okay.
One more time around, Dan.
All right, here we go.
And then when you come back, you just shift your weight back. Bring your
Okay.
feet together and back to the
rest
rest
position.
position.
Terrific.
There you go.
All
Tai
right.
Chi Cha 101 for Dan.
Fantastic.
There you go.
Okay, so Tai Chi Cha, I'm here to tell you, it's simple, it feels good, it's relaxing. So check out a Tai Chi Cha class. The way you can do that, check out any of our scheduling opportunities online in the magazine and the weekly reminder, or give Bev a call. She'll tell you all about it. And check out Tai Chi Cha.
And now it's time to cover all of today's happenings, menus, and Village Church connections.
This week on Listening to the Words, we're going to hear from a Michigan man and wife who are looking back at 41 years of New Year's Day picnics in the woods. Also, fun in the snow. First with some wild sledding back in the 1940s, Fenimore, Wisconsin. And then with some frenzied, heart-pounding ice skating in New Jersey, as remembered by a shell pointer who tells it all just as it struck him. Then a wifely follow-up to her shell point husband's teddy bear making preoccupation. Then excerpts from the famous play and movie On Golden Pond, read out loud by 3 members of the Shell Point Play Readers. Finally, do you like Italian food? Then you'll love an interview with the Shell Pointer about her family's passion for food. She remembers her chef father kissing his wife after each of her meals, saying, "Compliments to the chef." David Howenstein inviting you to sit down and enjoy this passionate program that repeats at the top and then the bottom of each hour, 24 hours a day, all 7 days this week. Remember that on Tuesdays and Thursdays, church services repeat 3 times each day among the Listening to the Words programs. It's all on Shell Point Channel 12, and all 215 recorded programs can be found on my Shell Point webpage at www.shellpoint.net/listening. All that said, let me wish you a Happy New Year, to you and yours.
Hello and welcome to the Happening segment of Shell Point TV. I'm Bev Chandley and I'm going to tell you the activities that we offer for you here today at Shell Point. We're going to start down at the tennis courts with men's match play tennis at 8 o'clock. And we have virtual bowling in the Activities Center at 8:45. At 9 o'clock, badminton will be at the game court behind the Resident Activities Center. Billiards will be played in the Resident Activities Center at 9:15. 9:15 is also the time for the Lollygaggers paddlers to meet down at the Kayak storage for their weekly outing. And the Pottery studio will be open with instruction available at 9:15 as well. At 10 o'clock, it's men's match play tennis at the tennis courts. And our Suzy Q goes out at 10 o'clock as well. They're going to Matanzas on the Bay. You do need to sign up for the Suzy Q trips. At 10:30, the Disciple Men's Bible Study Group will be in the game room of the Woodlands. And at 10:45, we have table tennis playing clinic at the Tarpon room. We have a Health Connections class at 11:30, Bar Ball edition. That's in the health club, that's currently full. Now we're going to continue on into the afternoon activities with a 12 o'clock game of Mahjong. That's in the Sabal room of the Woodlands. And at 1:15, we have Samba, the card game, in the Resident Activities Center. Also at 1:15, the tone chimes will be practicing in the Osprey room. The model train room will be open from 1:30 to 3:30 for tours today. And we have a Health Connections class, Balance and Mobility, training for beginners in the Health Club at 1:45. The Beady-Eyed Bead Club will be in the Oak Room of the Woodlands at 2 o'clock. Now the Crystal Dining Room will have the table for the singles available starting at 5 o'clock. Now at 6 o'clock, we have a trip down to Artis, Naples to see the producers. If you signed up for this trip, the court pickups begin on the island at 6 o'clock, 6:15 at the Woodlands, and 6:30 for Eagles Preserve and the Estuary. That's currently full. We have beginners square dancing in the Health Club at 6:30, and we have a 6:30 duplicate bridge game in the game room of the Woodlands. And it's movie night. We have Boys Town playing at 6:45 in the Social Center. And then we round out the day with a 7:30 square dancing class down in the Health Club. That's currently full. Thank you for joining me here today, and I'll be back again tomorrow to tell you about Tuesday.
Menus for Monday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is fried chicken with mashed potatoes and a corn medley. The dinner special is Old Home Cooking Night for $13.95. The soup of the day is tomato. In the Island Cafe for lunch, the special is an Alpine chicken sandwich with coleslaw for $7.75. The dinner special is lemon pepper chicken with wild rice and green beans for $8.75. And the Palm Grill is closed on Mondays. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
Hi, I'm Andy Hawkins, the senior pastor of the Village Church, and in this Christmas season and on behalf of the Village Church staff, we would like to share with you this familiar record of the story of the birth of Jesus. It came to pass in those days that a decree went out from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be registered. This census took place when Quirinius was governor of Syria, so all went to be registered, everyone to his own city. Joseph also went up from Galilee out of the city of Nazareth into Judea to the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and lineage of David, to be registered with Mary, his betrothed wife, who was with child. So it was that while they were there, the days were completed for her to be delivered, and she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. Now there were in the same country shepherds living out in the fields, keeping watch over their flock by night. And behold, an angel of the Lord stood before them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were greatly afraid. Then the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which will be to all people. For there is born to you this day in the city of David a Savior, who is Christ the Lord. And this will be the sign to you. You will find a babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger." And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host, praising God and saying, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men." So it was, when the angels had gone away from them into heaven, that the shepherds said to one another, "Let us now go to Bethlehem, and see this thing that has come to pass, which the Lord has made known to us." And they came with haste and found Mary and Joseph and the babe lying in a manger. Now when they had seen him, they made widely known the saying which was told them concerning this child. And all those who heard it marveled at those things which were told them by the shepherds. But Mary kept all these things and pondered them in her heart. And the shepherds returned, glorifying and praising God for all the things that they had heard and seen as it was told them. This wonderful story reminds us of how important ordinary people are in God's story. He used a poor carpenter, a teenage girl, and a motley crew of shepherds to usher in the King of Kings. And you too are integral to God's story as it continues to unfold. May God encourage you with rich blessings as the true meaning of Christmas, the incarnation of the Son of God, is on our minds and hearts. And so on behalf of the staff of the Village Church, let me express how much a delight it is to minister in this community. All of us want to wish all of you the merriest of Christmases, and may God richly bless you and those you love this season. Merry Christmas.
And now it's time to take a look back at some of the top stories of 2015. We hope you enjoy.
Well, I was a teacher for quite a while, and it was a period of time in Ohio where the state was desperate to get teachers, so they offered a 2-year scholarship, and then if you taught for 2 years, you didn't have to pay it back. So of course I did that, but then I finished the degree eventually, and
then went on and finished a PhD.
Right, I just kept going to school when I wasn't teaching. Then I became a school psychologist for a while. Then Jim started a business in 1980.
Yes.
And he needed help.
Boy, did he.
Organizing the office and so forth. So I did that, and we both worked until we were 75 with his business.
And so ours was a very small business, so we used to call it just a little ma and pa international newsletter business. And so Linda was really the one I could discuss different ideas with and things. And what we did was to publish a total of about 6 newsletters. It varied from time to time on different aspects of the plastics industry. These would be read by managers and presidents of companies in the plastics industry. And then we did market studies, mostly on plastics in the automotive industry. And these were big fat books, sold for about $4,000 a piece. And we lived up north because I had to be near the automotive industry. The newsletter business ran into troubles, mostly due to the internet. These happened about the time that was a good time for us to retire, so we just walked away from it and trying to relearn how to play golf and enjoy life. And, a lot of sailing. Had a 30-foot, it's called a non-such type of boat. And before that had a 45-foot diesel-powered Woody, a inch-and-a-half cedar planking and bent oak frames, big diesel engine. So we enjoyed boating and the friends that you make boating a lot. When the business really started to fold down and we started to be moving more into retirement, we didn't have any reason to need to be up north where it tends to get cold in the winter. And we first moved down here and just stayed over on Sanibel for first half of the year. And of course the winters are just delightful down here. And then everyone around here is familiar with Shell Point, but our dog weighs about 40 pounds. And where for the apartments that they have, they keep it to a 20-pound limit, which makes good sense. But with the estuary here, they've been flexible and allow larger dogs, and that meant that we could consider moving into Shell Point and take life easy, take advantage of all the recreational things they've got here. And
we kept talking to Ted Benjamin for a couple of years, and then he called one day and he said, "We're having a luncheon. Would you like to come over and hear about the estuary?" And then we found out the number, and we said, "Oh dear, we want one of those." Yeah. And fortunately, his inviting us to lunch let us know it was available.
All the staff here, everybody we've worked with, they're just all just friendly as can be, helpful as can be. We needed to get in here by a certain date because we had sold our home on Sanibel, and we had to be out of it by a certain date. And that date was several weeks before any of the homes over here were scheduled to be ready for occupancy. And we were over here almost every day while they were building it. And talking with the people who were doing the actual work here.
Bob Southern happened to be here one night, and we told him the date that we had to be out at Sanibel, which was November 30th. We'd stayed in the house something like four months after it was sold, which was nice, but we had to be out. He said, "I'll call you tomorrow and see what we can do."
And so we got in that time, and it made the move much easier for us, and it was good.
The sidewalk is almost completed all the way around the new lake, and the white pelicans have chosen to come over here quite a bit.
And over here, we're very much more independent of the automobile. I got a golf cart, which I can take over to the golf course or to the exercise or to the kayaks and anything else. I think if I go out and kayak in the morning and then go to the exercise program in the afternoon, there's probably more here to do than you can really find time for unless you really schedule yourself.
Thanks for joining us for today's program. Be sure to return again tomorrow when we'll feature more of the best stories from 2015. This has been Shell Point Today for Monday, December 28th. I'm Rich Nation. We're glad you saved time to make SPTV a part of your day, and we hope you tune in again tomorrow.